I just want to die. Oh God! Oh God! Is there still one? I just need to die. Charlie!
Mommy?
Peter! Peter, what's wrong?
That's enough.
What? No! Listen, when I did this earlier, this manifested on the page. I saw it.
God, Thelma, what is it?
It's Charlie. Did you finish,
Annie!
Charlie? Did you want to draw some more? You can keep going.
Stop it!
We need to keep our fingers touching.
You are scaring him!
No, I am not. Peter, listen.
Stop it!
There is no need to be scared. This is your sister. Charlie? What's wrong?
I first heard about Hereditary back in 2018, and I'd read some articles about how this was supposed to be the most psychologically damaging movie since The Exorcist, and you were not going to leave the theater the same person as when you came in. And lo and behold, that happened. Not right at first. Let me set the scene. I'd walk to my little family home theater. It's an art house cinema where they serve beer and popcorn right to you. And it was a packed house of maybe 40 people. A small little screen. And it was dead silent. You could hear a pin drop in that place. And for the first hour, I thought maybe I missed the boat. Maybe this movie wasn't actually made for me. And, you know, that's okay. What I'm seeing is pretty sad. It's pretty intense, but, you know, it's just not going to deliver. And then it started to hook me. The story of grief, the story of somebody passing on a loved one into their grandson, and the despair that this family goes through to speak to the dead, to speak to their family members. It just took a hold of me. It got down to my core. Some of the visuals in this movie. I leave the theater and I walked home because I'd had some adult beverages that evening, and I looked at my lovely wife and we both just shook our head. We were like, did that really just happen? What the fuck did we just watch? This movie just shocked me. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Grave Media. Josh here, checking in with you, and tonight we are talking about Hereditary from 2018, the Ari Aster flick. It's definitely a movie that brings the mood down. Way down. So I'm trying to cheer you up the best I can. The best I fucking can. So happy that you're here again. I love Hereditary, but just because I love something like Hereditary doesn't mean that I need to be watching it all the time, because it definitely changes the vibe, changes the mood. However, I do think it's a movie that grows on you if you weren't a fan the first time. As you watch it more and more, I notice little details that might be maybe super facetious or kind of pandering, or that's so trendy to kind of like it because it was the scariest movie. I don't think it was the scariest movie. I just think it was super effective as a flick. And I start to notice things like in the drawing room and things in the shadows, and I just had a really great time with it. It was one of the best cinema experiences I can remember, like kind of giving my wife this ain't it. This ain't for me. And then in 15 minutes, it just compiled interest and everything just changed. And the audience too. Gasps, beer spilt, that little ting, 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 the beer bottle dropping all the way down to the front. People were freaking out, especially at the end. So I think Hereditary is great. Let's get into it. So this is a movie that just starts out somber. No comedic relief, no reprisal, no prelude, just we're introduced to these characters. Toni Collette, who absolutely kills it as the mom. You know, we're introduced to her through her eulogy, basically, for her mother who has passed away. And immediately it gets super awkward where we're forced to kind of choose whether or not we want to know why something happened that made the daughter so crazy, or do we want to investigate more and maybe take the kid's side in this whole deal? And then, of course, her adoring, kind of happy to put up with her gonzo batshit craziness is the awesome Gabriel Byrne, who is just the rock. He's sturdy while his wife just goes off and becomes an artist and, you know, starts clawing from the ceiling and contacting. Anyway, the kids in this movie are great. Charlie, I'm sorry, that's probably super annoying. So what do we got? We got death, funerals, eulogies, flies, beheadings, bodies in the attic, dismemberment, your face being sewn shut, broken noses, occult leanings, talking to the dead, seances, which is the same thing, people on fire, demonic activity, demons, rituals. We got dead animals. This thing just unravels its web slowly and tightens its grip more and more as it goes on. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. I've recommended this movie to a bunch of people, and I know, you know, you're such a bro if you love Hereditary, dude. It's the scariest movie ever, dude. It's not, but it's pretty effective, I think. I like movies about loss and grief. I don't know why. I guess I kind of like drama in my horror movies. As much as I love hack and slash and cheesy 80s gore and just buckets of blood, the human emotion, the human condition that gets released in this film, pretty damn effective. And Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I mean, I do think you need to be patient. I think people think it's going to be like this, who did it? And, you know, there's going to be like monsters and entities and all kinds of crazy shit, which there ends up being it. But, you know, like, people are the monsters in this flick. And I think once it gets going and it grabs a hold of you, if you take the ride with it, you're going to have a bad time. Like, literally. You're going to have a feeling about it one way or the other, because the end scene, the end 15 minutes are so batshit crazy. To me, I put it over. This is a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Sometimes you need to just review things that are just automatic passes. And Hereditary for me is an automatic pass. Just, yeah, what else did you got? Did I love Midsommar? No. The follow-up to Hereditary, Ari Aster's second flick. And then he did Beau is Afraid, which is pretty much just an anxiety-riddled nightmare, which is growing on me the more I watch it, but it's 3 goddamn hours. It's so long. And Midsommar is like 2.5 hours too. And I had the flu recently, and I tried to rewatch that movie, and it's very grief-stricken too, and it's not a good movie to burn your... Yeah, there's some images in that are not pleasant either, but, you know, it's definitely easier on the eyes than Hereditary. It's just way pompous, I think, a little bit. Hereditary is the film you want to watch. So, I do have it on 4K. Let's see. So I do have the 4K. It's a little bit dark in here, but it's Hereditary. It's kind of a nasty, dark movie, so I didn't want it to be super positive. Even though I have super positive feelings about this flick. My cat's being a total prick. Messing with the camera. Maybe we can just focus, huh? Bones? Appreciate it. And I get it, guys, if you don't like Hereditary because it wasn't scary enough for you. For me, the idea of losing your family, your loved ones, going to a funeral and having to give a eulogy about somebody that you don't even like, it sounds horrible. It sounds absolutely awful. And then watching your family members pass away, and then having to deal with what happens if they come back and they do talk to you. Super effective for me. So I don't put this on very often. I think I watched it 7 or 8 times since it's come out, and then I've watched the 4K ones when I first got it. But it's not something I go back to all the time, because it does put me in a mood. It gets into my bones a little bit. It's super effective. The front header says, "This generation's The Exorcist, but heads will spin more savagely." Calm down. It's not like that. But if you haven't seen it, you've been holding out hope. It is a drama, kind of procedural drama for the first about 90 minutes. And then I think the last 40 minutes, it just kicks into overdrive when you've been trying to reach someone that's passed away, and you have to cope and go through all those life's emotions while you're dealing with it. If you've ever, I don't want to get into it too much, but things go sour. Things come back. Spirits are lifted, literally. Anyway, guys, super appreciate you guys hanging out, watching this kind of long form video. For one of my favorite newer movies that's been released, this and Sator, or Sator, however you say it, that black and white kind of woods movie. On my shelf, I kind of keep these all in a row, a little behind baseball. It kind of looks like this, right? Where it's The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, and Hereditary. All A24, I think. The Northman, yeah, I think it is too. All kind of that same vibe, just dark, bleak, ominous, crushing. Absolutely love it. Also love you. Thanks for checking in. Can't wait to see you again. If you've been hanging in there, I got more cool stuff coming. Like, comment, subscribe, talk some shit down there. I love it, and we'll check in with you really soon. Cheers.
I just want